If you were anything like me, then you were completely addicted to Palworld. There's just so much to the game that we're all addicted for different reasons. Whether it be the grinding, the collecting, the cute pals, whatever it is, you know that we need a ridiculous amount of ingots in order to progress through the game. Since I don't want to farm every 5 minutes for ore, I did some research to find some kind of farm when I stumbled across this video created by Uncle Mumble, which I will link in the description in case you want a more in-depth video on this farm. For the farm to work as efficiently as possible, we needed to get hold of some pals which I didn't have at the time. The first being Anubis, which is one of the most sought after pals in the entire game due to it being one of the best in handiwork in the game, as well as being an incredibly efficient mining pal. I can attain Anubis in two ways. Either I can capture the alpha variant in the Twilight Dunes, which is level 47, but little level 28 me isn't going to get even close to defeating it. So we have to breed it with a pairing King, which luckily I had plenty of, but also a Bushi, which I was yet to capture. But luckily there is an alpha Bushi to the southwest of spawn, which is only level 23, meaning I can catch it without any problem. And after 2.5 hours of making cake, I threw the pals into the breeding farm and watched a samurai get on with the penguin. And just like that, I had 5 Anubis ready to be enslaved into my new ore farm. I had also just unlocked access to the power generator on my first assembly lines, which I wanted to include into my new ore base, which meant that I needed to obtain a good electricity pal. So I did some more research and I wanted to try and obtain a Grizzbolt due to it having amazing skills like level 3 electricity, level 2 handiwork, level 2 lumbering, level 3 transportation, making it a really good choice. Not knowing how to catch a Grizzbolt, I went with the breeding option by pairing a Masanda, which I had caught previously, and a Rayhound, which I had to venture off to the large desert area in the northeast to find. Then 3 more hours of cake and I had my own Grizzbolt. I also needed a pal to refine the ores into ingots and went with Ragnarok for its level 3 kindling and level 3 transporting, and I had already had the Elizabeth and the Masanda to breed them to create the Ragnarok. I also wanted to try out my new Grizzbolt I had just gotten with my new assembly line and power generator, so I made sure to build it in the most awkward place I could find before relocating it into a nice corner. I don't feel like going back and forth to the ore base just to top up the feed bowls, so we're gonna need some planting and gathering pals just to keep things going. So we're gonna use Lylene because she's got level 4 planting and level 2 gathering, as well as having handiwork level 3 and medicine production level 3, which does come in handy as well. Once again, I could catch a Lylene in the wildlife sanctuary number 3, and since I have no idea what that is, we're going to breed some pals together in order to obtain Lylene. We're going to need a Masanda and a Petalia. Luckily there's an Alpha Petalia over by the Moonless Shore in the sort of Colosseum type bit, which did take me a couple of attempts because I accidentally killed the Petalia on the first try, so I had to wait an hour before I was able to even attempt at catching it again. I left the Lylene eggs to incubate while I went over to the base location as I hadn't yet checked it out, and it was one of the nicest views I think I've seen in Palworld so far. And I just wanted to share that I had also found my first shiny pal, which was a Lamball, and not even 20 minutes later I was out collecting high quality pal oil when I came across a shiny Toku, and then not even 15 seconds later I found a shiny Fuddler, which I just thought was cool and I wanted to share with you. Just quickly here, I wanted to say that I've had a ton of fun making this video, and I just wanted to ask a quick favour. Now yes, you can like and subscribe, that really helps me out, but what helps me out the most at this time is giving me feedback so I can improve my videos and video quality as much as possible. And of course, leave your video ideas in the comments, it's really appreciated. Alright, back to the video. With all that done, here is the full party I will be running in this farm. 5 Anubis, 2 Grizzbolt, 2 Lylene, 2 King, 2 Ragnarok, and I had an extra slot, so I'm also including 1 Wumpo for its level 4 transporting. So let's head over to the spot and let's get started with building this thing. I took over just what I needed to build the main platform, which is just a 3x3 wooden square in the center, and then I put roofs on each side to allow myself and my pals to get up easily. And of course we put a pal box right in the middle of that platform, and then on either side of the pal box will be a metal storage chest and a primitive furnace, which I'll eventually upgrade to a refined furnace. And of course I care about my pals on a deep level, so I made a small platform with 2 hot springs on it, which again I'll eventually upgrade to high quality hot springs once I unlock it. And I set up a couple of plantations just to keep everything going. Nothing special, they're just berry plantations. I also needed to build my pals some beds, so I built this big platform to stick all the high quality beds onto. And later, once I've got enough ingots, because I don't at the moment, I can always build the stat boosting structures like the flame cauldron and the silo on the roof of the platform, just to keep all out of the way. The last thing we need to do is set up my new assembly line so we can just craft stuff while we're at this base instead of taking everything back to main base. And with that done, the last thing we need to do is unleash my pals to start working. I mean, I say that's the last thing, but I do need to let the farm run for a while because it's not instant, so I actually went to go and take down the Free Pal Alliance boss, which I think is the second boss tower in the game, and it was easy enough. It took me about 5 minutes and a lot of bullets. So this is me in real time now. And it's actually been a couple days because I got sick. I hadn't really been feeling up to be playing the game much. But welcome back to Palworld! And I have done a good amount of just kind of sitting here. And maybe about an hour-ish in total. Because I logged on yesterday wanting to film this part of the video. But I kind of just didn't. And ended up just putting all the ore into my furnaces. But it's really good. As far as it goes, it's really powerful. So far, I've managed to get 241 ingots, plus we've got 251 in this furnace, and 38 in this furnace, so it's going pretty well. I just thought I would give you a proper run around of the island. So we have all the beds here in this corner, with the plantations here, and then obviously we have our hot spring just off in the corner here, and then our assembly lines, and they're placed just like this just so that the ore and the coal and everything can respawn without any issues. And there's a bunch of these small storage chests placed around the place just so that the pals don't have to, you know, do the ore, mine it all, and then bring it all the way up here. We can just be as efficient as possible. So I'm extremely happy with this. I'm extremely happy with how the farm has gone. I think this is definitely worth it for anyone to build on the place. And if you know of any other like base designs or anything else that I could build that would be helpful to me in my world and everything, then that would be really helpful. Or any video ideas in general. It's all helpful to me, as much feedback as you could possibly give. And I was having a look yesterday, and I was having a look at the roadmap and the whole PvP thing, to where it's going to be more like Rust and Ark kind of a thing. I think that's going to be really cool. Really cool, and I'm really excited for that. And I plan to post a ton of that when that eventually comes out. But I want to thank you all for watching very much, and this was a ton of fun to make. And I did a lot of research for everything, and I feel like my editing style is kind of improved through making this video. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys very soon.